Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. Today's lesson is about nouns and articles. First of all, countable and uncountable nouns. A countable noun can be singular or plural, but uncountable noun cannot be singular or plural. Notice some examples. Asher has only got one sister. Here, sister is countable noun, so one can be used before it or any other number can be used before it. He has got a problem with the laptop. Similarly, problem is also countable noun, so we can use a or any other number before problem. She loves music. Here, music is uncountable, so if we use a before it, that would be wrong. We can't say a music. Would you like some butter? Butter is also uncountable. We can use an adjective of quantity before that, as some is used here, but we can't use any number before it. The goes with both countable and uncountable nouns, but a or an go only with countable singular noun, and numbers more than one only go with plural nouns. Examples include she requires a book. Here, book is countable, so we use a before that. They go to school 3 days a week. Days is plural countable noun, so three is the correct use of the word over here. Shall we sit on the grass? Grass is uncountable, but the can be used before that. And these are the books we already have. Here, books, because books are here being given a special status, those books which are already kept by or possessed by somebody. So here the correct use of the word is the before the books. Some or any. Some is used, some adjective is used in positive sentences, whereas any is used in negative or interrogative sentences. And some and any go with plural or uncountable nouns, but plural or uncountable nouns may also be used without some or any. Let's see some examples. He told some stories. Does he know any stories? You can notice that this is an interrogative sentence, so we are not supposed to use we are not supposed to use some in this sentence. They had some enjoyments. They could not have any enjoyment. This sentence is negative, so it contains the use of any. He usually tells stories. We always have enjoyment. So you have noticed that enjoyment in this sentence does not have some before it. Similarly, they had some enjoyment in this sentence. Enjoyment is with some. So this noun can be with some and without some. Then there is the use of many, few, much, and little. Many and few go only with plural nouns, whereas much and little go with uncountable nouns. Examples include there are not many students, there are only few students. Students, because it is countable noun, so many and few can be used before them. He doesn't drink much water. Water is uncountable, so it can so much or little can be used before water, but we cannot use many or few before water. There is only little water left. A much and little, they can be used with water. Similarly, many and few can be used with students. Let's do an exercise. Power stations provide energy or an energy. Uh, you have to select. Obviously, power stations provide energy. There is a cheese or some cheese in the refrigerator. Obviously, some cheese would be correct. They are reading a magazine or magazine. They are reading a magazine. I'm writing essay or an essay. I'm writing an essay. That can't be many or much fun. That can't be much fun. I've got a few or a little ideas. I've got a few ideas because ideas is countable noun, so we would use a few before that. I know someone who paints picture or pictures and sells them. I know someone who paints pictures and sells them. Do you have computer or a computer? Do you have a computer? A piece of advice, a loaf of bread. There are some nouns which are uncountable, so we cannot use a or an in front of them, but we can say a carton of milk, a slice of bread, etc. More examples can be noticed here. 20 liters of petrol, an ounce of butter. A butter would be wrong, but an ounce of butter is correct. A bar of chocolate, a glass of water, a cup of coffee. So in this case, we can use a with the phrases which contain these words, advice or bread, these nouns which are uncountable. We can't use direct a or any other number before them, but we have to indicate their quantity. We can use these words with them: a bar of chocolate, a glass of water, a cup of coffee, etc. The same structure can be used with plural nouns: a collection of pictures, three boxes of coins. Advice, information, and news are uncountable nouns, so we cannot use them with a or an or in the plural. Can I give you a piece of advice? If I say, can I give you um, two advices, that would be wrong. So, two pieces of advice, two bits of advice would be correct. A piece of advice or a bit of advice would be correct, but advice cannot be used using s with that and trying to give it a plural form. She needs two pieces or bits of information. Informations would be incorrect, so if we have to give its plural sense, we would use two pieces or two bits of information. There is a piece or a bit of news that might interest you. There is a bit of news or a piece of news. Two news or three news would be wrong, obviously. Here is the list of uncountable nouns: baggage, accommodation, behavior, equipment, fun, furniture. All these are uncountable nouns. We can't say two furnitures, two funds, etc. Housework, litter, homework, luck, luggage, progress, scenery, traffic, rubbish, travel, weather, work. All these are uncountable nouns. In this table, you can notice the use of countable and uncountable nouns. There aren't any jobs, there isn't any work, because jobs is countable noun, and here its plural form has been used, so we are supposed to use are in this sentence. There aren't any jobs, there are not any jobs, right? But work, because this noun is uncountable, so in this sentence is required, or any singular verb is required. There isn't any work, there is not any work. It is a long journey. Journey is countable, so it is a long journey, but travel is uncountable, so we are not supposed to use a before it. Travel can be tiring. There were chairs and sofas for sale, because chairs and sofas are countable, so here a plural verb were is used before them, but furniture is uncountable, so we are supposed to use singular verb. There was furniture for sale. We can't say there were furnitures for sale, that would be incorrect. We have booked a room. Room is countable, so a room, but we have booked some accommodation. Accommodation is uncountable, so we can't say we have booked an accommodation. That would be incorrect. We have booked some accommodation. I've got three suitcases. Suitcases is countable, so three is correct. And I've got three pieces of luggage because luggage is uncountable, so we can't say I've got three luggages. That would be incorrect. I've got three pieces of luggage. Now, exercise. I really ought to do a homework or some homework. Obviously, some homework. Those campers have left a rubbish or some rubbish. Obviously, some rubbish. This guitar cannot be fitted into a suitcase or some suitcase into a suitcase. You need some or a luck to win this game. Obviously, some luck. This shop has a or some nice sofa. This shop has a nice sofa. They are looking for an or some accommodation. They are looking for some accommodation. So, students, you have noticed that it is very important to know which nouns are countable and which nouns are uncountable, because if we don't have this knowledge, we are going to make mistakes. Here is a column that shows countable and uncountable nouns again. An apple is a separate thing that can be counted, but speaking generally, apple cannot be counted. If we talk about apple in general, then we are not supposed to use it as a countable noun. She's eating an apple. That's fine. Is there apple in this salad? So here we are not supposed to use an apple, because here apple in general is to be used. He threw a stone at the window. A stone is fine over here, but the house is built of stone, not a stone. Here, stone is depicted in general or is used in general terms. So, we are not supposed to say that the house is built of a stone, because there is not one particular stone that has been used in building a house. In building the house, there is a hair on your shirt, but I must brush my hair. He had an interesting life. A life can be hard sometimes. A life is used in general terms, that is why a life would be wrong. They baked a cake for his birthday, but have some cake or a piece of cake, please. Here is the table that contains countable and uncountable nouns with different meanings. Some nouns can be countable or uncountable with different meanings. I'll have glass of orange, a glass of orange juice, please. But I bought a piece of glass for the window. The glass that is used in making a window, and that is obviously uncountable. Glass here is used as a material, so we would say a piece of glass. We can't say I bought some glasses for the window, right? Have you got an iron? Here, iron is used as a noun, countable noun. So, an iron is fine. But the bridge is made of iron. Here, it stands for the material that is used in the making of the bridge. So, we are not supposed to use an iron over here. He runs a small business. Business here is countable, but he enjoys doing business. Here, business is used in general terms, so we have not used or and before it. We finally found a space in the car park. There is no space for another bed here. Here, space means we finally found a space in the car park. But there is no space for another bed here. Here, space in this sentence, space is used in terms of um, a particular place. There is no sufficient room for another bed here, we can say. She switched all the lights on, but there is enough light here. Here, light is used in terms of in general terms. That's why the journey was a great experience. He has enough experience for this work. So let's do the exercise. I think painting or a painting is a fascinating hobby. I think painting is a fascinating hobby. Are you a pacifist? Well, I don't believe in war or war, so I suppose I am. So here, war in general would be used. I don't believe in wars. I don't believe in wars would be correct. I think sport or a sport is boring. I think sport is boring. Shall I put a chicken or some chicken in your sandwiches? Shall I put some chicken in your sandwiches? I've been trying all the different fruit or fruits grown in this part of the world. I've been trying all the different fruits grown in this part of the world. People have time or are time to stop and talk. People have time to stop and talk. I hope this video was informative for you. Best of luck. Allah Hafiz.